It is 1:30 Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. Iraqi police say resistance fighters killed at least 46 people in a series of bomb explosions and other attacks Tuesday. In the deadliest incident, a bomb killed at least 22 people at a market in Baghdad. A short time later, 9 people died in another bombing in the capital. 3 other people died in separate attacks in Baghdad. Earlier, a bomb explosion killed 12 people in the Iraqi city of Hilla. In other news, the top American commander in Iraq has sent more than 1,000 troops to Al-Anbar province, west of Baghdad, to assist Iraqi forces. Also Tuesday, a diplomat from the United Arab Emirates, kidnapped in Iraq 2 weeks ago, was released. In Indonesia, more foreign help is reaching earthquake survivors on the island of Java. Aid groups are attempting to help an estimated 200,000 people made homeless by the earthquake Saturday. The earthquake killed more than 5,700 people. At least 22 nations have answered an Indonesian call for aid. The latest emergency teams to arrive include American Marines and aid workers from China, Japan, and Malaysia. The foreign teams are working with Indonesian aid workers. In Afghanistan, local officials say 6 Afghans have been killed in separate attacks in the northern part of the country. Officials say 3 Afghan women were shot and killed when their car was attacked in the northern province of Jozjan. The women were working for an aid agency. Their driver was also killed in the attack Tuesday. Also, American officials say 2 Afghans working for an American company were killed in a bombing in northern Badakhshan province. 2 Americans were also wounded in the incident. Some calm has returned to Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, following riots there on Monday. The riots were said to be the worst since the Taliban was ousted in 2001. The foreign minister of Iran says his country is ready to rejoin talks with the European Union about the Iranian nuclear program. Manucher Mottaki said Iran would discuss its uranium enrichment program without any conditions. He spoke after a meeting of non-aligned movement countries in Malaysia. In a statement in a German magazine, Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad says European officials know Iran's nuclear activities are peaceful. He says European countries risk losing influence in the Middle East and other areas of the world by siding with the United States on the Iranian nuclear issue. Chilean police have used tear gas and water cannon to break up a huge student demonstration in the capital, Santiago. Officials were called in to break up thousands of students who gathered in the capital Tuesday. At least 12 people were injured, and many more were arrested. More than 600,000 students and teachers were on strike across the country. The protest began 2 weeks ago and have spread to other areas of the country. The education minister says the government would meet with student leaders to hear their demands. The students are demanding education reform, lower prices for bus transportation, and reduced costs for tests. South Koreans are voting in local elections Wednesday. Citizens will elect local governors and mayors in 16 races, including mayors of Seoul and Busan. The opposition Grand National Party is expected to win most races. South Korea declared Election Day a holiday to improve voter numbers. The election is considered a test for President Roh Moo-hyun and his ruling Uri Party in the year before presidential elections. The United Nations says a total of 65 million people have been infected with the virus that causes AIDS. A UN report noted the number of infections since the first AIDS case was confirmed 25 years ago. The report says 25 million of those infected have died of acquired immune deficiency syndrome over the same period. The report said 40 million people are now living with the virus today. Most of them, however, do not know they are infected. About 2/3 of all those infected live in Africa. The report said the rate of infection is increasing at a slower rate than in earlier years. It says increased political leadership, financial and technical resources, and the ability to get anti-AIDS medicines to victims have led to the decline in new cases. In Rome, experts at a bird flu conference say the trade of farm-raised birds used for food may be the main reason the disease has spread within infected countries. The experts said that wild migrating birds are the likely reason why the virus has spread from place to place, such as Asia to Western Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. But they said once inside the country, the virus mostly moves through the trade of farm birds. The scientists and researchers say they are still not sure where the virus first began. The World Health Organization says tobacco in any form is easy to become dependent on, is harmful to the body, and possibly deadly. The WHO is marking World No Tobacco Day on Wednesday. It is using that day to inform people about the tobacco industry's actions in marketing tobacco in forms other than traditional cigarettes. It says tobacco users, especially young people, are led to believe that some tobacco products, such as chewing tobacco, are safer than regular cigarettes. The WHO says regulation is needed to control these products, and it says tobacco companies must be made to list all of the contents in their products. World Health officials say tobacco kills 5 million people every year. Briefly, here again is the major news. Iraqi police say resistance fighters killed at least 46 people in a series of bomb explosions and other attacks Tuesday. In Indonesia, more foreign help is reaching earthquake survivors on Java. And police in Chile have used tear gas and water cannon to break up a huge student demonstration in the capital, Santiago. That's the news in special English. Jim Tedder reporting.